Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to another Costa Women Hangout. This is me, Fiona, Catchpowle, and my special guest today is a lady who we first met at International Women's Day when we did some presentations at the Andalusia Lab back in October, and she went down an absolute storm, despite some of you not knowing probably that she reckoned she was out of her comfort zone, which I found very hard to believe, but good afternoon to Marion Harrington.
Good afternoon to you, Fiona.
So, how are you?
Welcome. I'm cosy here in my bedroom, having been banished, as I've got decorating work going on in the office at the moment. So I had to find a little cosy nook, and I thought, why not take to my bed?
Okay.
So I did.
Not that you're poorly or anything, you know, we're not disturbing you on your sick.
No, quite. No. I've done some interviews in some strange places in my time, but this just about takes the biscuit.
Fabulous. Now, you're not a million miles away from me, but these hangouts are an opportunity to link us all together, all the Costa women throughout Spain. And like I said, we have come across you, the ladies down here on the coast, but tell everybody else a little bit about yourself and how you've ended up in Spain and what you actually do here.
Have you got 3 hours? How long's this interview?
No, we've got 3 minutes.
Right, 3 minutes. Okay. I came to Spain in 1996, so I've been here for quite a long time. I've been based here permanently, apart from last year when I went back and took up residence again in the UK. And that was really to start doing some refresher training on my nursing. So I went and did that, and then stayed and worked and got experience as it is now, which is very different to when I did my training back in the 80s, and kind of got up to date with all of that. And I came back not knowing, last year not knowing exactly whether I was going to stay here or not, and I did, because I've been bitten, like a lot of people, by the Spain bug. While I absolutely love the UK, I mean, my ideal situation would be to have a little flat in Newark, in the northeast, in London, in the UK, and sort of like commute between the two. That would be my idea. I'd like to live in 2 places,
okay.
But I love Spain so much, so that's why I'm here now. And as far as I'm concerned, the decision's been made. I'm here permanently now. So I came here because I was married at the time to a man, and his work brought him here, and he went back to the UK, and I kind of stayed on. So yeah, I feel as if I'm a bit part of the furniture now. And I've done various things over the years, including running my own business. I had a limited company here until 2008, and I'm currently...
Now, when we first met you at International Women's Day in October, you talked about being a solopreneur. Can you sort of re-explain just briefly a little bit about what your definition of that is, and how you actually come under that title, all the different things that you do?
Right, a solopreneur to me is somebody who's running their own business on their own, so they're wearing lots of different hats. I mainly help women, although I do have the odd token man now and again. And basically I help them get to grips with living and working in Spain, troubleshooting, helping them with business development, anything that they're struggling with. And that's, so I'm actually using the experience that I had, that I built up over the years, to help them with that. But it's very different when you're actually working on your own to when you've actually got a whole load of staff to delegate to. So having done both, I've opted back to being solopreneur again now, because that's what I enjoy most.
What are your top tips, as it were, for like disciplining yourself to have all those different hats and sort of like not getting them all blurred together, as it were?
You have to have structure, and you have to get to grips with your time management, Fiona. Yes, you may crawl away into the corner.
I'm not guilty of that at all.
Oh no, I can see. Because if you don't, you're going to end up chasing your tail the whole time. And I can honestly, that is the best bit of advice that I can actually give to people. Because I'm a portfolio careerist, which means that I combine my solopreneur business with my nursing, caring for the elderly, and freelance writing and editing. It's a question of having to have blocks of time. If I'm lucky, I try and find blocks of 2 hours at a time when I'm working on my business and my writing. And just shutting absolutely everything out, not having the Facebook tab open, not having the Twitter tab open and getting distracted, but really, really focusing on that. Fiona.
And seeing it through. I know there was an article, I can't remember if it was yourself that shared it on Twitter or if it was Ali, that saying that we have too many tabs open on the computer, and it may have been Sarah Arrow actually, and you think that you're diversifying and that you're keeping your mind occupied by dipping in and out of different things, but in actual fact, from a time management point of view, you'd be better off like going from one task, getting that finished, and then moving on and moving on.
Exactly. When the time is finished, there's some really good tools out there. Actually, there's one called Pomodoro, which you might have come across, where you sort of like set a timer and it pings. You've seen that one. Another one to help you focus, an app is called Focus at Will, and there is a free version of this, like there are with a lot of apps these days. And I use Focus at Will, and I have classical music on because that's my thing. Very, very low, and for some inexplicable reason, it helps me really concentrate on what I'm doing, and it helps me block everything out. And compartmentalising as well. I mean, I could go from a complete and utter mess at home or having had a row with other half into a situation where I'm with a vulnerable adult, and as soon as I walk out my front door and I'm in my car, I've forgotten about everything that goes at home. I parked it in my head, and then I go into that situation and I've got my nurse's head on there, you see. So that's how I actually deal with it. But it's that. There's loads of other things as well. And the thing which always strikes me as a bit strange as well, I can understand it because I've done it myself in the past, is that, having a strategy to actually work to. So you don't actually have to think, what is the next thing, what is my next priority almost. You know this because you've got it laid out in front of you. So
it's one of those things. I mean, they are two really key points, planning and having a strategy. They sound so obvious, but it's it's taken me a very long time to do it. It's like not smoking or eating healthily. You know what you're supposed to be doing, what you should do, results, but you just don't get around to it.
Well, I think the trick here is making something a habit. It's not deprivation, because you've only got a certain amount of willpower. And I read a statistic not that long ago that you have to repeat something 66 times before it becomes a habit.
Okay.
So the more you practice actually do, you're not going to succeed all the time. My idea would be to go out with my Jack Russell Max because he needs loads of exercise. I actually combine my exercise with walking the dog because that dog can run. And while I can't run very well, we walk at a very, very fast pace, and he needs to be out for an hour a day. I don't succeed every day because sometimes things actually crowd in, and there are other things that take my attention which really have got a higher priority because we've got a lot of land here. We've got 3,000 square metres, so he's not lacking of space to run around in. But for myself and for him, it's my chance to actually breathe and go out there. And getting into that routine, again, we come back to structure again here. It then just naturally becomes a habit. If I have a morning shift, for example, and I come back at lunchtime, I have a bite to eat, have a little rest, and then he knows, the dog knows, the dog reminds me, I don't get a choice. So get a dog.
Okay. So we'll list all the apps that you recommend underneath, and then another one will be get a dog. So we could pop along to your full course adoption and go along and see one of the Costa women ladies who wants that. So how has the holiday season...
No, I can guarantee you. It's mainly been caring, Fiona, to be honest with you. In fact, I'm just one of these finds it incredibly difficult to relax. My head's always buzzing with something or other. Something else that I found very useful, and that's actually putting down your boundaries. So although I don't have, I mean, I know that I will be in the kitchen doing some more therapy, and because we tend to cook from scratch here. So I know that at 8 o'clock, that's when my phone goes on vibrate, and that's kind of like emergencies only, or just social calls or things like that. I won't actually take work calls, and I'm actually quite rigid about that. I've also stopped a while back writing emails very late at night, or feeling that you just got to keep going if it's actually in your inbox.
Yeah.
I decided that I was going to have a rule with myself whereby I try and answer within 48 hours unless something happened, something drastic happened. And I'd say 9 times out of 10 I can actually manage that. So that's another trick as well.
Yeah, so that's some really good advice there, though, because I know this time of year it's difficult to get back into the swing of it. I've made myself take more time off this holiday, but for me that's the worst thing, because then it's like, oh God, this is such a long holiday. Because if you're dealing with people in Spain and in the UK, it's just really quite difficult, because you know, you've got people at work and people not at work. So it's properly back to work tomorrow for, I think, most parents and most people here. So it will be taking your ideas on board to have a plan, a strategy, and be really strict with yourself. So
in a completely shameless plug, actually, I have actually got something coming up on planning in a month or so, but I'm keeping that under wraps for now.
Go on, still.
No, it will be workshop based.
Okay, that would be cool, because we all thoroughly enjoyed listening to you at International Women's Day, so it would be very nice to see you back up there again, sharing your pearls of wisdom with us all.
Well, I can guarantee there will be a few jokes thrown in, most definitely, because life is too short to stuff a mushroom.
Absolutely. That needs to be prominent somewhere on your Facebook. I think we need to adapt your timeline photos, so that's up there.
All right, well, we'll do that then, Fiona. That's a deal. We'll sort something out with that. Yes. Avatars. It's the time of year to change your avatar, so get out there and get some new ones if you haven't already.
Yeah, I've just updated my Facebook group for the people that have either been on my workshops or have been students of mine in 2014. And instead of calling it something boring, I think it was Facebook Workshop Business Group or something, and I've now just changed it from 0 to Cyber Hero. So, and I've got a nice little caricature on there saying fighting cybercrime one day at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know something? I really don't understand why some people make business so serious.
I know, I can't
do it. I just can't, you know. I take my work very seriously. I don't take myself very seriously.
Yeah, and helping people with their businesses is important to them. But I do think it's important to have a laugh as well, which we certainly did when we met up for coffee last week, which was lovely to see you in the flesh, as it were. But everybody will have to make do with seeing you here for now until we get you into your doing your presentation again.
Oh, it was great fun. I mean, I can't believe now how nervous I was, but it was for various reasons. It was really important for me to do it, and I think as a solopreneur as well, you have to get used to getting out of your comfort zone regularly. If you actually stay within your comfort zone, you're not to do something like getting up and speaking in front of so many people. As I said at the time, you know, most people would actually prefer death to doing that. But now, once you've actually done it once, then the fear aspect of it is just taken away after that. And that's something that I certainly hope to develop over the course of this year.
Okie doke. Well, we will keep posted with everything, and send me the links to the apps that you recommended, and we'll put the link under the video so the other Costa ladies can have a look at them as well. And I look forward to speaking to you in the very near future for a hangout for me, Fiona Catchpowle, not just for Costa Women.
Oh, it's been a pleasure this afternoon. From the depths of my bed in Alarino Grande.
All right, Marion, I'll let you get off now and make sure that the dogs are okay, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Great, Fiona. Thanks very much.
Okay, bye.